Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Brisbane by Night Hellfire. When we last left off our darling coterie, they tortured and killed a member of the Sabbat. Kind of that's the good news, though. The bad news is that, well, not everyone was necessarily so okay with that. With Judge leaving the room, Ashton openly weeping in the corner, and even the rather socially stalwart Valentina Visage cracking under the pressure. Just a little. It seems that the cote's been left in a little bit of a mess. Doubly so with a unknown to the rest of the coterie sheriff planning to meet them at the behest of Miss Visage. We're not going to worry about that too much right now, though. Instead, we're going to jump right back in to where we left off. Valentina and Lucy, you're currently upstairs. And slowly but surely you're joined by the others.
I'm gonna stop Ashton for a moment before joining the rest of the coterie upstairs.
Okay.
I feel I owe you an apology.
What makes you say that?
I shouldn't have asked about containing a spirit.
I mean, that is what I do, though. I mess with spirits. That's kind of my whole thing.
But such things are such dark arts. And you already are shaken based on your reactions to that Sabbat member.
Looks down at his red hands. Suppose you were right, but this is a time of war. Whether we like it or not, sometimes we have to do some drastic things. This isn't my first time in a war.
Nor is it mine.
I've been to Japan and Vietnam. I've seen some truly horrendous things. Trust me when I tell you that this did not compare to some of the horrors I've seen. But it reminded me of a lot of them.
Even in a time of war, it is important to remain civil. I think we can easily get swept up by the beast if we're not careful. And if there's no further information to be garnered from this person, this Sabbat's soul, if he puts up that much more of a fight, same as he did when he was speaking with us in his own death, then I don't think that there's going to be much use for it. No
Doesn't
sense
hurt
in...
to try.
Then I will leave that to your discretion. But I felt that you should know I don't want you losing yourself to it. I've heard such dark arts can cause some very easily slippery slopes. The Sombra and Hakata alike.
And I've seen it get the best of some people, but somehow I'm still here. There's not a lot of things I can really believe in, but surprisingly, the abyss has never been too unkind to me. I keep going back to it after all. I'll be fine. You have nothing to worry about. I think I can bend his will. I have supplies that I couldn't bring here. Too many to think of. I have a special room back home where I can do all sorts of things, learn all sorts of information. But I appreciate your concern.
You aren't the first Malkavian in my care.
Something tells me I won't be the last. You are appreciated.
Appreciate it.
The display may not have been your best showing, but much like the Abyss, life is just a lot of unknowns. Reaches over, slowly pats him on the shoulder really awkwardly. Still have time. You can show them.
On the matter of the spirit, I'll trust your judgment.
Thank you.
But just know, if you need anything, I won't balk.
I'm not the best at asking for help, but I'll try to keep that in mind.
Very well.
Thank you.
Now, I think we should get you cleaned up.
Perhaps that would be a good idea. Maybe a warm towel or something. Light bleach. I've heard that gets it out of the skin. I haven't used that in quite a while, though. I don't know how the chemicals have changed over the years.
I'm sure Lucy's got something around here somewhere.
Yes,
Oh,
and
she
we
most...
all... Oh, go on.
I was going to say, yes, she most certainly does.
This man's about to drown his, upper half in bleach.
Clayton's down, basically down to his undershirt. He's completely gotten rid of his overshirt and basically just put his jacket over top of his undershirt.
When you something, I must tell them all. I have some information about the mountain.
Then I suppose it is important that we get cleaned up very quickly and return to the others.
That would probably be wise. Yes, smiles awkwardly.
I would assume it would be at that point where you two head upstairs.
Yeah.
Whilst they're talking downstairs, Lucy, Valentina, Skye, and Judge. Is there anything you would like to talk about before the two boys arrive?
So, how is everyone feeling about the recent events?
Valentina just turns her head, like, she's not really going to. She's kind of like representatively turning the other cheek at the moment, but Judge, you could probably tell she's a bit bothered by how things were handled.
Judge is definitely staring intently at everyone, gauging reactions.
Valentina, are you still shaking?
No, probably not.
Okay.
Going about as things did, I do say it was not the best option. But in times of war, it's always a bit gritty.
Can't say I'm necessarily on board with the whole binding of a spirit thing that was going on. It just seems like a step too far to me.
In that sense, it seems I am a bit torn on that one. From all that has been said about this Sabbat, it seems their actions are quite heinous in and of themselves. So wouldn't it also be right in essence for something as heinous to be inflicted on them in recompense?
Absolutely not.
Why waste the energy stooping to their level?
For each heinous action, there should also be repercussions in that regard. It's not about if it is stooping to their level or not. It is about the weight of their crimes in that sense.
Judge, I understand and would be willing to forgive your naivety due to your age. But there is a reason that we, as the Camarilla, stand apart from the Sabbat, and it is by the principles by which we lead. There are certain actions of which we do not coordinate ourselves with, a certain noblesse that we must adhere to. And that in and of itself demands that we do not treat others of our kind as heinous animals. We do not bring about wasteful torture or suffering for the intents and purposes that it would not serve your immortal soul. Nor does it ultimately serve our principles, nor does it serve our ultimate goals and purpose. And with the Sabbat specifically as an adversary, understand that no amount of torture is going to get them to speak. No interrogation can convince them to talk. What binds them to their will and their zealotry is something supernatural. I've seen it many times in Europe. And unfortunately, the only correct answer for Sabbat is Pyre, or sun.
Oh, don't misunderstand me. I understand that regard with your rules and such. But from the standpoint of crime and punishment is where my logic lies.
Then you should understand as well. In the logic of crime and punishment, the only true way to reduce it is through the reduction of the expansion of harm in of itself. The less
Now, I
victims, the
do,
better.
of course, in some regard, some sentences do need to be harsh. In others, though, I do think it is better for rehabilitation if some can. In this regard, I am uncertain with your Sabbat cultures and judgments on that.
You think you can reform a Sabbat?
Even some heinous people can be reformed under the right conditions.
I'd like to see you try. When you
So
figure
would I,
that
to
out,
be
dearie,
honest.
why don't you... You figure that out, dearie. Please do give me a call back and let me know how you could have possibly done it.
Something to try at a later date.
For Specterdeflectr,
Mm-hmm.
if you would be so kind to give me an intelligence occult, please. There's no penalty for failure. This is just seeing how much you know regarding the Sabbat and its...
Not a lot, unfortunately. It's just what she's seen. So, should I with... Sure. Let's go ahead. Let's use a hunger and let's get 2 extra dice because I'm otherwise just rolling with 2 dice. Oh my god. Boop, boop. 3 is the most I could have asked for.
3 is pretty good. Valentina, in Paris, you would not necessarily dealt with directly, but heard stories of the wayward Sabbat that used to call the city home and post the summoning to the Gehenna War. The ones that made that decided to make themselves a mess in Prague. And yes, you are certainly aware of of things such as their rite, the main one being the Voldery, the occult blood bond yet not, that binds members of a particular pack. You'd be aware of the nomenclature for what they call their coteries, pack, together.
Mm-hmm.
That aside, whilst stereotypically they are painted as violent, and that they tend towards violence in their more bestial and embracing of their more bestial nature, whilst there's truth in that, what you have gathered more is that it is less a matter of just mindless violence and more a matter of overt domination via their supernatural abilities, and the treating of mortals as less than. That is what most captures you. It's not necessarily so much that they are just violent, because you have seen that there are quite a number of the members of the Sabbath that are not violent. In fact, they tend to abstain from violence. But that does not mean they do not use their abilities in order to forward their agenda in a certainly overt fashion. The sledgehammerings of Dominate, the sway of crowds of people under presence, something that you're all too familiar with. The more alien practices of flesh crafting and the manipulation of the darkness that tend to come from those. Given how old you are, the La Sombra do still very much read as a Sabbat clan, regardless of the fact that since the calling to the Gehenna War, they've thrown a lot of their people under the bus and have joined forces in the Camarilla, such as it is in this city, where they are considered a high clan. But that is as much as you know.
Interesting. So, me as a player, I'm reading this very distinctly that you were trying to say that there is one of the main differentiations is between the Camarilla and the Sabbat is supremacy and, I guess, brutality versus the Camarilla's subtlety.
Supremacy, brutality, and whilst the Sabbat have the ability to be subtle, they usually choose not to. The masquerade is not something that exists to them. Which obviously, as a player, I know that you know, but that's a thing that Valentina knows, is that the masquerade is a thing that just does not exist to them. Even the Anarchs, like, by comparison, even the Anarchs agree that the masquerade is important. The Sabbat look at the masquerade and put up their middle fingers.
Yeah. I think the best way to describe Valentina's response to Judge suggesting he can reform a Sabbat just basically boils down to extreme skepticism and a little suspicion of be careful not to fall down that rabbit hole yourself. I would hate to have to kill you. I like you as you are. Here, amongst us, and not causing conflicts or threatening the masquerades or, attempting to establish supremacy over the entirety of the human race.
For all intents and purposes, I am here to make sure that things do not get worse.
Then you should probably
So
just
causing
kill
a
all of the Sabbat. You can't reform them. They would have to want to change. You can't just change something's nature.
No, yet without conversation, you'll never know the person that you are dealing with either. Just random massacre and murder does not solve the problem either.
They're dangerous.
And in the meantime, while you're having conversations with the Sabbat, they go around rampage and begin to murder just about every other human now possible, including the people that you try to protect. This is the conflict at hand. You try to hold a conversation with the Sabbat, and they will use it. Many vampires do, don't get me wrong. But they make a game of it. It is indoctrined into them that they must. After all, last I heard, the first of the Sabbat were the original Anarch movement. They were designed directly to oppose the Camarilla. In our current Anarch movement, as we know them historically, I believe are merely against the recent culminations of how the Camarilla has organized itself. Modern Anarchs, I believe, can be dealt with. They can be patrons, they can be communicated with before it's too late. The too late point is deciding that the beast has more purpose than the person.
At the end of the day, regardless of feelings, the decree was made that the Sabbat ought to be dealt with. So they will be
And they will
dispatched
be.
regardless.
I'm getting the implication that you enjoy waxing philosophy, Judge. We should have to do so in more private means. I'd like to hear more of your thoughts.
Anytime, Miss Visage.
Now then, Lucy, my dear. Oh, heck. ST, is it still the same night?
It is.
Oh my
It's
God.
literally like directly after the torture.
We did
This
not
is the-
torture the man. We asked him some
Not
questions.
Not
This
physically,
is-
you didn't.
This is the longest night ever for Valentina.
It is.
It really is.
Lucy, my dear, if you could meet me first thing tomorrow morning. Tomorrow evening. Oh, goodness, I'm so flustered. First thing tomorrow evening. I have something for you. A little bit of a job, if you could. You're going to come with me to my design studio.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yes, darling. You've been saying already, I've heard that you've wanted to get some new clothes. You have to make
Well,
sure
yeah,
you're
it just-
outfitted.
Normally after people see what I can do, they get scared of me and don't want to deal with me anymore.
How could they ever?
I'm just happy that you guys didn't make me kill him.
I wouldn't want you to.
But I can be there.
Wonderful. And
Just give me the address and I'll be there when I wake up and get ready.
splendid. Skye, my dear,
Yes, ma'am.
could you do me the favor of joining along?
Sure.
Wonderful. You see, I can look at Judge's suit, and I'm able to very aptly determine the measurements of it. I just have to look at it. What's it that? What's it? Hold on, let me look at his suit brand really fast. Bougie suit brands.
Armani.
Oh, God. Well, I couldn't go that. Here we go. We got one. Tom Ford. I can recognize the style anywhere. Very sleek, very, very professional, of course. For the offices but could use a little bit more flair. Nonetheless, I
commend your
recognize...
identity.
Thank you. I can identify your measurements from this, and I will go ahead and see if I can create something for you from that. The only other one I need to address is Mr. Sacks. She grimaces a little bit.
And it would probably be at this point where the two guys are coming up the stairs now. Just before that, though, Lucy,
Yes.
could you go ahead and make me a... I'll say that this is a intelligence wits.
Okay.
Again, no penalty for failure. It's just to see, is there something that you know?
Four successes.
4 successes. Lucy, the talk of the Sabbat. You've been taught about them. One of the few things your sire did indeed teach you about was the Sabbat. And something that has struck to your mind is that, well, now that you think about it, you remember her speaking about the Sabbat in a pretty distinct manner. Something that strikes you as odd. It's like, almost like it comes from a place of knowledge.
Hmm. Might have to go talk to my sire about that.
Oh, certainly you will, at some point or another. But for now, the two boys come upstairs and meet you. Clayton carrying a bloody overshirt. And Ashton quite a bit messier for wear, all things considered, given under the circumstances of, what he has just done.
Ashton?
I think you might be muted, my boy.
I was. Damn. I said. I even said like, well. Everyone decided to stick around. That's good.
Ashton?
Yeah. What's up?
Are you okay? Have you been crying?
Down at his red hands. I suppose that's what you could call it.
Is that the first time you've had to do that?
No, I don't particularly like to. However, I am not unfamiliar with the war zone and know that sometimes things can get pretty harrowing. I just had to prepare myself.
I mean, if it makes you cry, you probably shouldn't do it.
You would think that would stop me from a lot of things, but it hasn't.
Huh.
But before we start talking about my mental well-being, which as a Clan of the Moon isn't the greatest to begin with, but
That's true.
I've gotten some answers about the mountain that I think might interest a lot of you.
Feel free to share.
Have you all ever heard of fairies before?
Fairies?
I mean, Tinkerbell was big when I was young.
Fairies, fae, fair folk, there's a few different names for them. I'm still translating the ledger that I've borrowed from my sire, but it seems that what we are dealing with is of a very different kind than what we are all probably used to.
Wait, shut the fuck up. Are you telling me fairies are real too?
I am 100% with the most utmost confidence I could have in myself. I'm telling you that fairies are indeed real, yes.
Huh.
So that would explain why people are disappearing, Faye, or from, some of the fantasy novels I've read when I was a boy are sort of the welcoming type. Real homely, but they'll fuck you up if you screw with their homes. If I had, if I was a betting man, I'd say that's where all the people went. They decided to do things they were probably not supposed to. So, if any of the more social of you would like to go talk to some fucking Peter Pan looking motherfuckers, that would be on you.
I've met a few Irish in my time.
That is. He just like looks over at Miss Visage and he's like, that was my attempt at comedy, and I think honestly you just ripped everything from me. I'm never doing that again.
Oh, don't be
Irish?
discouraged, dear.
Look,
It's a complicated joke.
but in all seriousness, I would either suggest staying as far away from that mountain as we possibly can or sending a peaceful envoy up top, but you would have to, sort of deal with the fact you might not come back.
I'm good with avoiding the mountain.
Yeah, I think we should avoid it for now. Unless absolutely necessary.
Unless we're sure that it's causing some of the disappearances.
No, I mean, given what I just said, I would think it would. I mean, there's
Mr.
you've
Sacks,
just
Well-
learned. Oh, yes.
do you want us to pursue this with you?
He weighs it over for a moment. I mean, if I didn't think it wouldn't hurt, I mean, I would, but then again, there's a chance that we might disappear too. And I'm not.
I'm
certainly.
still
the
going.
one-
Oh, sorry.
Go on.
I choose Lucy first.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and hope that you're just crazy and this fairy stuff is made up, because I don't want to
He-
deal with that. It's.
He's Malkavian. Of course he's crazy.
Well,
I know.
mean,
I'm banking on that, and I'm hoping that that's the easiest way. I don't want to deal with
Well.
fairies. They sound like they're going to be a pain in the ass.
Let me tell you that me and my sire are two very different kinds of crazy, and well, he said it. Judge witnessed it. Well, witnessed the confirmation.
From what your sire has said, it seems like they don't mind talking, so I don't think we would just disappear if we decided to talk to them.
We just have
Ill
to.
intentions are better.
We'd have to pay our respects.
Okay, I'm not dealing with them then.
I can't say that I've known anyone in the court who's ever gone up to the mountain and claimed that they've made peace with whatever creature lives up there.
Then maybe we find someone from the court who's lost someone up there. Let's start there, shall we? Mr. Sacks, we'll coordinate. Does something of the like. See if there's anyone who knows further information about that or has first-hand accounts to it. Aside from that,
Eyes widen.
well, the rest of the information regarding the research comes down to you. Now, I'm not too familiar with interacting with other supernatural creatures, and most I know is that back in Europe, werewolf hunting is reserved for elders. And that's within reason. I'm willing to bet that anything regarding other supernatural creatures are not particularly fond experiences. So let's not go up to the mountain just yet. Hold your horses, and let's find out what others have to say about it, shall we?
Okay, let me just make sure. But you're asking me to talk to people.
Oh, darling, I'm going to force you to come with me to talk to people.
He looks so upset by this notion.
I pat Ashton on the shoulder.
Fine, I suppose I can do that.
If it makes you
The
feel better,
first-
you can start crying.
Look, dead people are a lot easier to deal with when they talk back there. At least I don't know. They tend to follow the script I give them, not the other way around.
Well, we'll continue that investigation.
All right.
Mr. Wellsworth,
Hmm.
if you could do me the favor and help me search for someone who might have a missing case. We can go from there.
What would I know?
I'll work with you on that as well as my connections.
Lethality, what would I know about any kindred that have gone missing near the mountain?
They tend to not be the greatest sorts. Not necessarily that they're like not necessarily troublemakers, but those who don't know how to keep their hands to themselves. Those
Fledglings.
who go loud. Yeah, it's a lot of fledglings. Although a fair number of neonates over the years have also gone missing.
The mountain's hungry.
And it's usually those that are exceptionally boisterous, exceptionally prone to violence, and exceptionally prone to arrogance.
If the sheriff wasn't going to take care of them, the mountain certainly did it for him. Perhaps... I hate to make judgments based on clan, but... perhaps a number of Bruja have lost Childer up there. The more boisterous are the ones who tend to be the ones who go missing, the ones prone to violence, the ones prone to being a problem otherwise handled by the Scourge and the Sheriff and the Hounds if the mountain hadn't got to them first.
Oh, so they are real. They are real. They're not just a oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay.
Contain yourself, Mr. Sacks.
That's what I know about Mount Kutha, anyway.
Oh dear. So we might actually have more luck in the Anarch elements to learn more on that. Anarchs, if I remember right, Miss Mason. You said that they were attacking up north. Is that not Gangrel territory?
It is, and the Gangrel have them under control.
Or maybe they have one under control. Let's go ahead and see if maybe they might have a little bit more word on that. Mount Kutha is to what direction, cardinally, Elsie?
Southwest.
Southwest.
Near my
Malkavian domain.
Near my haven. Oh.
Yeah,
And
Ashton's
I'd
domain
hate-
is actually at the Ashton's haven is actually at the foot of the mountain.
No wonder he's
dear.
insane.
And I'd hate to say it.
Oh no.
Maybe we should ask the Primogen about it.
You just watch him die on the inside.
I think that's where we'll
Well,
take you first, Mr. Sacks.
Oh, okay. No. Oh God, oh no. So
Ashton, you
far.
don't necessarily you're not necessarily looking forward to another tango with Miss Therese
No, I'm
Swelton.
not. Considering what I
She's
opened
gonna
up
be
with
weird
last
about this,
time.
but if anyone is gonna know anything about that bullshit, it's gonna be her.
Ashton is
She-
not. He's.
She is what one would call a mind wreck of a train fuck.
Oh God. Interaction with people. Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna.
Out of character, but Valentina's probably thinking to herself, I would like my security blanket Ventru.
Okay.
Oh yes,
Okay.
yes, you certainly would.
Look,
As go ahead.
if I am going to do this, if you're really wanting me to do this, I'm going to bring something with me. Let's hope I don't have to use it. I will not.
And what are you
use it.
suggesting?
I have a cross that I bring with me everywhere when I get scared, and I don't like interacting with people, so I'm gonna bring it with me.
So you pray when you're anxious.
Yes.
I think that's been clear from the start.
Well, this
Very.
cross
He's
As
just
a note,
finally put it to
as a note
words.
to every kindred in the room, the irony of a damned creature like Ashton praying is not lost on you.
Oh no, don't misunderstand, darling. I spent 10 years in Europe. Trust me, I understand the irony of a vampire praying. There's a lot of very, very, very beautiful churches up that way. Castles.
Maybe I'll have to go up there sometime if I can get. Well, I mean, I came all the way over here from America. I could probably travel again.
If you ever want to travel to Europe, I'd be more than happy to join you on such a venture. Could even go on the jet.
You have a jet?
Of course. You don't?
She's Valentina Visage.
No, I don't have it. No. He's like, what? I have a jet. I don't even have a car.
Congratulations, I think you broke all our Malkavian.
I don't even
dear.
have a. I walk everywhere. I've never needed anything else.
This is very much a
Valentina is very much of the opinion of if you were born in like the 1800s and you're not a fucking multi-millionaire at this point in time as a vampire, you should just walk into his son because how the fuck are you going to be poor?
I am not from the 1800s. Luckily enough, I'm from the 1900s.
Motherfucker.
I did drugs and fought in a war. Okay, I didn't. It's fucking
Well, that explains everything.
That was out of character because I wasn't speaking slow enough. Okay, god damn it.
Yep. Also out of character.
Mm.
Of course. Although I'm sure Valentina is thinking that internally.
Yes.
But it's at this moment, I think, Clayton. The satellite phone in your pocket is now going off.
Oh. I'm going to excuse myself to go and take a call. Yes?
I heard you wanted to speak with me.
Ah,
It's the man you've been trying to get in contact with the past 2 nights. One Hieronymus Elaine Duval.
Mr. Duval, you are indeed, again, a man very, very hard to get a hold of sometimes.
Yeah, when you look, when you move around as much as I do, sometimes that just is as it is. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
What can I do you for?
In fact, your moving around is exactly the kind of conversation I would like to have with you.
This will be good.
We are on a secure satellite line, yes?
Yes.
I believe one of my new coterie mates, her name is Valentina Visage, has been wanting to ask you some questions. I wonder if you would allow me to have her on the line with you at the moment.
If it's questions like those, I'm not gonna risk talking about that over the line.
Then when are you in
Boat's
dock?
gonna be in the port in like maybe 10 minutes.
Oh,
So if you want to go ahead and meet me down there, I can take you out for a ride on the river and we can have a chat.
fantastic. I will collect Miss Visage and we will meet you out at the port.
All right. Duly noted.
Yes, I look forward to our conversations. They've always been delightful.
Well, given how much it is that you've benefited, I would hope so. I'll see you soon. Boop.
He hangs up the phone and goes back inside. Miss Visage, we have a date on the water.
Oh, wonderful. I take it, certain Mr. Duval can give us a call back.
Yes, indeed. He's in port in 10 minutes.
Well, what are we waiting for? We'll be on our way. And she struts off to the car.
Was there anything else? He says to the rest of the room.
Let me and Lucy know what you find off that phone. What you're able to track.
Yes, once I get back to the office, I'll have Allison work on it first thing.
Hey Lucy, you want to go back down south for a little bit?
I gotta get something to eat, but sure.
I can help you out along the way.
Okay.
Well, I suppose if we're leaving, I will at our next meeting, tell you whatever I find during my kind of interrogation, I suppose.
Clayton nods
Well, I
and
suppose that will.
goes out the door.
Mr. Sacks, do you need a ride?
Oh, if you're offering, I'm not gonna say no.
Very well. Let's get going.
Thank you.
And as everyone splits to go and do their thing, Judge, you know that there is somewhere for you to be tonight, too.
Yes. I gotta talk with my sire. But I think I need to do a bit of hunting first, because I don't want to go in poor shape.
Yes. Yes. Hunting time will be now.
Hunting time. Yay.
So, I have currently marked Ashton, Clayton, Lucy, and Judge hunting.
It
Is
is
anyone else hunting?
necessary.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm also good. I'll save it for tomorrow night.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. Then
Clayton's also
we
going to be
shall
in a
begin with
rush for
Ash.
it.
That it will. Ashton, start with you.
Yeah. Okay. Alright, resolve medicine plus 2 because I have all the fun times. I
Oh,
have all the fun
I was going to help
times.
you out.
Oh, well, it looks like I didn't need it.
5. Okay. I would like you to roll a d10 for me, please.
Yay. 4.
Ashton,
Yes.
can you please make me
Oh.
a wits result?
Wits resolve. What did I do? Oh no.
Oh no.
5.
Okay. How much hunger are you slaking?
Dose.
2 hunger. Alright. Ashton,
Yes.
you get the 2 hunger. You go to hunger 1. Or hunger 2, depending on where you were.
I was at hunger 3, so I'm at hunger 1 now.
Hunger 1. After you're finished, though, you feel drowsy,
Oh, it's already done.
sleepy,
What?
even.
Yeah.
And you find that you lose control of your body.
I'm sorry, what?
Slumping against the slab in the mausoleum. and you feel yourself drift off. And we'll come back to that.
This is the second time I've fed, and the second time some shit goes wrong.
Not necessarily awry.
Not
Because your feeding was successful.
Yeah. Insane.
Clayton, we'll put you up next.
Okay.
How are you gonna hunt at this time of the evening?
Oh. I am in a bit of a rush, so simply swinging by the campus of QUT and taking a swig off of someone is not going to be the ideal situation. It's going to have to be something a little less readily available. Hunting along the way, and probably popping by some place where teachers are meant together. Although, outside of the schools, not entirely sure where anyone would be this time of night.
There is such a place about. You can go ahead and make your hunting roll.
Making a point that I will be back in a moment, leaving Miss Visage with my car for the moment. So manipulation, persuasion, and I do not have a specialty that would aid me in this, so it's just straight up. Ooh. Dice are not kind to me.
And you've got nothing to willpower.
Nope. Could always wait for a more opportune moment, but
Clayton, I'm gonna offer you a success at a cost.
okay.
The cost is you'll find someone, but your Bane's gonna trigger.
They won't beat my liking.
No, they will not.
That's fine. Half expected it anyway.
Alright. If you go ahead and take the cost, you may go ahead and feed your hunger, what, 2, 3?
I'm at 3, so I'm taking 2.
Okay. And you will take 2, have to spend 2 superficial willpower to do that feeding.
That's fine. It isn't the first time, and it certainly won't be the last. As long as they're not a student.
They are not. They just don't fit your. They just don't fit your feeding type. But you didn't fail quite so bad for me to say, oh, they're a student, because that'd be a little.
That's my
rough.
prey exclusion.
Yeah, that's your prey exclusion. That'd be a little rough for just failing by 1. So yeah, no, they're not. They're not an exclusion for you. They're just not of your rarefied taste.
Fair enough.
You probably got a somebody just out. Perhaps it was someone you thought was a teacher, but maybe they were just a like one of those like postgraduate demonstrators.
Mm.
So not properly tenured, but still does teaching. So on the cusp of your taste, but not quite. So it's palatable enough, but not
Not quite.
not quite what you're looking for. But you drink it down all the same.
No, appointments with my herd would take a little bit of a calculated calling of a teachers' conference. I don't have time for that.
Would. Yes, that's a little bit outside the purview right now, as it were.
Mm-hmm. I go back to the car, as if nothing happened.
And you head back to the car. We'll have some things that happen in the intervening time, so we'll hold that there for a moment.
Mm.
Lucy.
Yes.
You're up to
Yep.
Then you may go ahead and make your
And you have an assist from Skye.
Okay. Now, sometimes you say you can take half. Is that something that you can just do like in D&D? Or is it only for certain things that the DM does?
So yes, you can. No, you can take half. I don't allow that for hunting rolls, but like for other things that you're good at, yes, I do allow you to take half.
Okay, that was something I didn't know about, so that's why I was asking. All right, let's see. Oof. I gotta try to willpower it, I guess.
That you do.
Nope. Unless you let me go for a long
I'm gonna
time.
offer a success at a cost. Yeah, so you can either go ahead and spend another hour, although I will say that there's not too much time left in the night, so you won't be able to push that too far. Or you could take a success at a cost that some bad luck will befall someone in the coterie next evening. And it may not necessarily be you.
I gotta keep myself fed because if I lose my shit, someone could die.
Most certainly.
So I will take the succeed at a cost.
All right. What hunger are you at?
3.
All right, and I would assume you're taking 2.
Yup. And that would get rid of my resonance, right?
Yes. It would get rid of your resonance.
Gotcha.
As far as resonances are concerned currently, Ashton, yours doesn't contain any. Clayton, go ahead and roll me 2d10.
Alright. 2 and 6.
Okay, so that is probably not even a fleeting resonance. It is no, well balanced, like negligible, but it tastes phlegmatic, vaguely phlegmatic. Lucy, you can go ahead and roll a single d10 for me, as yours is going to be choleric in resonance by virtue of the fact that you got into a brawl with someone. My, it's intense. Go ahead and roll another d10 for me, please. Okay, it's just intense. So you're gonna have a +1 to rolls involving celerity and potence. Until Hunger 5 or your next feeding.
Nice.
Judge, my boy.
Yep.
It is time for you to go hunting.
Oh boy. Okay. Let's see how well this goes. That's 4. Oh boy.
You want to spend a willpower?
Yeah, I'll spend a willpower. Roll those 3.
Mm-hmm. That's
5.
enough. What hunger are you at currently, Volvo?
3.
I would assume you're taking 2.
Yep.
Okay. So you will go back down to 1 hunger. And it takes you a bit to sneak into a place and feed from someone without getting caught. That's fine.
Thank God.
Valentina.
Yes, darling.
Clayton has left you alone with the car whilst he goes to get himself a bite to eat.
Of course he has. I don't really understand the notion of wanting to feed alone, but if he wants his privacy, that's fine. I think it's more fun with guests.
There are many things that are more fun with guests, but sometimes that's not the greatest thing in the world. Take now, for instance.
What is this?
As you wait, perhaps you're staying nearby but strutting around a little bit. You know, you don't want to make sure that your legs don't get stiff, and perhaps staying still for too long makes you a little restless. You walk by a pair of individuals. A pair that seem to walk with purpose. Valentina. Can you please make me a composure intelligence?
Hmm. Am I allowed to browse?
You are.
Good. I'll take the hunger. I won't be caught off guard. I will go ahead. 3 will have to do for now. It's probably not gonna do much for me here. That's a bummer.
You are struck immediately with something that glues your eyes to the woman. Just as a point of order, you don't have any, like, unswayable mind or anything like that, do you?
No. No, darling.
Okay. And she doesn't even look back at you as she simply raises a hand and beckons you to follow.
Intriguing. As I do, I'm gonna take out some lipstick. Bring it to Clayton's car. And on the window, very quickly, just swipe a little arrow. Before putting it away. And I follow.
As you follow, the pair spread so as to allow you between them. We take some time to observe our little neonate, and what do we find? But a rose in his lapel.
I'm sure you've already heard of me then.
Oh
Glad
yes,
to
Miss
hear it.
Visage. We are very aware of you.
Good. Now how about we make this on even grounds? What may I call you to?
I am Miss L. Sampson. The man walking beside you is Mr. Enzo Salvatore. We represent the interests of the Clan of Kings here in the River City.
Oh my. That's quite the honor, considering that I happen to be out with the king himself. And why chatter with me when you could all the while chatter with him? Hmm?
Because he is simply proceeding apace, albeit in his rather fuddy-duddy way. he, at this moment, is part of the course. You, on the other hand, you know, it's very interesting that the line of the dear Prince Maylin finds itself ever gravitated towards this city, this mecca that she built. You'd find it a little ironic, would you not, Miss Visage?
It's how these things go, darling. You should know that just as well. I'm certain you have your ancestors and lineage here. All the same. It's just easier not to talk about it as much. In fact, if I remember right, your type... it's rather hit or miss. I remember you're back in Europe, but you tend to talk about quite a bit of your line.
My lineage is not from here.
Oh.
And neither is Mr. Salvatore's. We are foreign to this place. And yet I can't help but feel a kinship with it.
Well, Brisbane is quite the lovely city. I can understand finding a bit of love and solace here.
Why?
But that's not really what you're after. Is it?
We of the Clan of Kings are very enterprising individuals, I'm sure you know. We are after many things all the time. You simply must be more specific.
I'm speaking of this conversation, dear. You're enterprising, therefore you're here to make a barter. Or maybe you're just here to play nice. I'm very skeptical of the latter.
We have no reason to be ruthless. We are no magisters. I simply wished to take the measure of the rose that Mr. Wellsworth now finds in his lapel. That's all. But I suppose if you do truly wish to talk ball, she's been walking you guys in a large circle.
Mm-hmm.
So you haven't ever strayed too far from the car. Mr. Salvatore, I think that we should split up for the rest of the evening. There are still things to be done. And Enzo would give Elle a nod and begin basically moving his way forward faster, splitting away from you and off into the night in a direction.
Valentina is intrigued. The way she's looking at the situation is they begin and they say, she tries to inquire to see, like, all right, why are you talking to me? And they're like, oh, we just want to talk to you because we think it's funny
very accusatory in that sense. We think it's ironic that Malin's lineage is out here enterprising, but also we're enterprising because we're in the city. And Valentina's just like, what? Why are you being weird about it? Okay, you want to trade. Can we just get to that, please? You want to talk business? Let's talk business.
It's more she finds the irony that Maylin's line has gravitated to the city even after she's gone amusing. That's really more just an observation she was making, and that in truth she's here to observe. She's just taking your measure at the moment, at least.
Okay. Valentina still doesn't buy that. She's like, you already announced that you're enterprising.
You can have that as skeptical as you would like.
Yeah. She's like, I know, I see what you're doing. You're out here and not just observing. You want to play ball. So let's play ball.
L stops in place. I think we very much do have business with each other. You looking to enterprise with interests? To what end just yet, I'm not quite sure. But you're trying to set yourself up to be a real, what's the term the young ones use? Mover and shaker in the city. Much like your grandsire, you want your name to be up in the lights. To be on the lips of the members of this city's court. Am I wrong?
Well, it would be nice. It'd be very nice to be worshipped and adored in many ways. If you want the truth of it, darling. I'm here on a mission to ensure that the legacy of which Maylin established remains. There's only so much status quo that we'll manage, of course. With the prince abdicating, inevitably many things are going to change. And whoever declares Praxis next, truly, is going to be making extreme changes to how the city will fundamentally operate. My interests lie in preserving what it is that Maylin valued. I'm sure you can Sorry.
No.
I was going to say, I'm sure you can understand this. But I wish to honor my lineage.
That is certainly an understandable, admirable even, desire. But there are many walls in your way before you'll be able to do something like that. Should I take this to mean that you will eventually look to declare Praxis yourself?
No, darling. We both know I'm too young for that. That's absurd.
Age is simply a number.
If you put it in that perspective, and to put it more kindly, I would argue I lack the experience and expertise for such a thing. I'm not ingratiated in the city in the same way Malin was. She built it, and many of the Primogen would serve far better in that respect.
I see. She seems to think for a moment. All right. I suppose that makes your intentions, at least for the moment, quite clear. As I said, there are, and certainly will be, many walls in your way, between you and what it is that you desire.
There are indeed. I had heard, pray tell, from Scourge, that in many nights before, and as current, our two clans still serve as the pillars, the foundations of this city.
Oh, quite so.
I would like to continue to emphasize the strength in our unity. And camaraderie.
Very well. Then I think there will be many more conversations ahead of us together in future.
I should hope so, dear. If I might ask, what are your interests? What do you wish to see in the future here in Brisbane?
I wish to simply see a city that is free to flourish into its full bloom, and purged of certain darknesses. To wit, and she's going to meet your eyes, Valentina.
God, I know what she's gonna fucking do. Lay it on me.
When you finally meet with the Seneschal, I want you to note down everything she says and present those notes to me when next we talk. That's gonna be an intelligence result from you, please.
Yeah, and that's not any better. That's just 4. I'm not gonna use blood for this one. Yep.
I'll certainly not.
No. One success. Yeah, alright, so this lady definitely has a thing. I'm seeing what's going on.
I'm also gonna need a wits resolve from you.
It's resolve.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same roll. That's not any better. That's flat out nothing. It's nothing.
So she tells you this, and then giving it a moment. Forget. You blink for a moment. And I'll just give you a smile. I look forward to more discussions in the future, Miss Visage. I'm sure we will meet again soon.
Politics check. Would
Yeah,
I know
sure,
her
go ahead.
outside of the court? Yep. Would I know her outside of the court beyond this? Let's see. I really need to up my politics or intelligence. Something like that, bro.
I'm sorry.
Struggling.
I didn't mean to sledge your mentals all at once, but
One. I
success.
probably don't know her.
All you know is that you know that when she says that she represents the Clan of King's interests, the Ventru do have kind of like a clan presence within the city. Like outside of the court, they have an actual clan presence, and given that she said she represents the interest, you could tell that she's probably somewhat high rank in that sense, but you don't know any more than that.
Okay. Yeah, that was more so just to be like recognizing this woman to any degree after the forget.
Oh yes, you'll be able to recognize. You know what she looks like. You know her name. You know what she told you about. You know that she represents the interest of the Clan of Kings in Brisbane. Like she didn't wipe your memory. All she wiped really was the last couple of seconds when she gave you that command.
I don't think that's necessarily something you can do. I think it takes away the whole scene, basically. Last 10 minutes.
No, it's just the last couple of minutes. No new memories are formed.
So yeah, the entire conversation that we had gone.
So the current moment as well as the last few minutes, enough to mask a superficial feeding or a chance meeting. I'll say that she managed to limit it only to the last few moments. She is a master of dominate, so that would make sense. Like cloud memory on that front, I do it as like an up to the last couple of minutes, but the person gets to decide how much they wipe.
Well, that's good to know for the future. Hey, Clayton.
Hey.
Did you know you can curate your dominate?
Yeah.
Too bad I don't have dots and dominate.
You motherfucker.
He doesn't use that power.
If Valentina dies at any point through this chronicle, I'm bringing in a Ventru who's like all dominate.
She wants it. Celeste wants him to learn it, but
Celeste is right for wanting.
Yeah.
Go on, continue.
Yeah. She only makes you forget the last couple of seconds. So you remember who you talked to, what she looks like, what she told you she is. You also remember Mr. Salvatore.
Oh, good.
Huh.
Wonderful. But coming to, when she hears that, she tries and perks herself and looks around, realizing, I don't remember what just happened. It's been a pleasure.
Likewise. We'll speak again soon. Enjoy the rest of your evening, Miss Visage. And you see that she just continues walking off, and if you look around, the car's like maybe 10 feet that way. And Clayton is probably just coming out of where he was feeding.
Valentina goes over to the car, pulls out a handkerchief from her bag, and rubs off the lipstick. And kind of just rolling her eyes.
Clayton gets back in the driver's seat.
She'll get into the car beside him. Mr. Wellsworth.
Yes.
I had a bit of an encounter while you were out.
Oh? Is that why you were out of the car?
Indeed. What can you tell me about... Oh god, what was the woman's name?
L. Sampson.
What can you tell me about Miss L. Sampson and Mr. Salvatore?
Clayton, those are Ventru board members, and you've met them before.
I
They're
have.
from out of town. They're the big wigs from out of town that serve the directorate. Although you can't tell you can't tell Miss Visage about the directorate because you know they'll break your legs if you do.
Yes, indeed, because they can never know that I remember.
Well, no, it's more a matter of the Ventru directorate is a thing that you're aware of. They didn't try and wipe your memory of it. They just said you can't tell anyone.
I remember at the end of River City, they tried to wipe my memory of something, and I that didn't happen. I resisted.
But that was the Selena thing that they tried to wipe your memory of.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You'll
I
have
remember they
you'll
can
have to remind me
curate
of
it.
that. You'll have to remind me of that, because I don't remember that out of character. But
Mm.
oh, some big wigs from out of town. Yeah. They're on loan from somewhere. I'm not entirely sure, but indefinitely, it looks like. They've been here for...
Europe someplace.
I've been here for 6 or 7 years at this point. Both Ventru, if that makes any difference. Mr. Salvatore's always been a bit of a silent type. It's Miss Sampson who does a lot of the talking between the two.
Yes. Quite. It'd be nice if I knew what we talked about. She opens up the little... the little foldy bit, the rearview mirror at the front, and takes out a different lipstick entirely and begins putting it on and fixing her makeup.
Yeah, sun visor with the mirror in it. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? You don't remember your conversation?
Regrettably, not. One moment, they're introducing, and then the next, they're leaving.
It's rather bizarre.
She flips the sun visor back, puts away the lipstick. It is. I get the strangest feeling I've missed something important.
Not exactly a fan of that. I enjoy being involved, especially when it involves me.
Imagine so. Huh. How many Ventrue have you had the privilege of knowing in the past?
Enough to understand that it's often trouble if you can't remember things with them.
It's unsettling. My sir has always instilled in me that if you can't convince someone of a thought or of a course of action or something similar to that effect, that on your own, then what good are the powers going to do you? If you can't sway people to like you, for instance, what good is making them going to do?
The good of it is that you still get what you want in the end, Mr. Wellsworth.
True, but I'm not one to force. I think that was rather clear in tonight's display. And I'm fairly certain the whole room's thought it.
Well, Mr. Wellsworth, you said it yourself. If you can't convince them by any persuasion, what good is trying to force them?
Indeed. Mr. Duvall's expecting us, and I think we're rather late, so we better get on.
You're not yet.
Well, it's travel time.
Given obviously, yeah, but obviously, like, he said he'd be in port in 10. He's not going to be expecting you there as soon as he arrives.
Well,
Like, there's a grace period of like a half hour to an hour. So
Clayton feels a
you're
little
fine
bit
on
like
that
he's
front.
late because he expected to be there right as Mr. Duvall was coming into port, and maybe wanted to have the upper hand in that sort of regard.
No, I mean very easily.
There to meet him, basically. But he'll...
Valentina is visibly disturbed by this entire encounter. Just holding it together, but like you can tell she's got like that pinch in her eyebrows basically the entire time. Arms crossed. She's mulling it over because she's trying to somehow pull the memories back, but they're just not coming to her. But continue.
Yeah, all you remember is the introductions and what she said in terms of by like that she was there to take your measure, and that she found it amusing that the irony that the line of Malin was so drawn to the city that the late prince built. But that's all you remember.
Are you going to be alright?
I'll be quite fine, dear. I just need you to be a proper shield between myself and Duvall. If he tries to catch my eyes, I certainly hope you have the mind for it. You can catch them instead.
Trust me, Mr. Duval and I have some history, and he wouldn't dare.
I will trust in that. For now. I will trust your lead in that.
And I trust you.
I don't have any other choice.
I trust you to know exactly what it is that you want when it comes to the circulatory system, because that's obviously lines of questioning, but getting him back in order is kind of your plan. I'm here to back it.
That's a part I find, and I'm truly appreciative of. It's very difficult to find others who are willing to back your enterprises and to work together on a project. I quite enjoy being in a coterie with you, Mr. Wellsworth.
Well, certainly hope you come to enjoy my company at some point, and beyond just coterie matters. Hope we could be friendly at least.
Of course. And at the very least, I hope to maybe pay you back sometime.
It's not a bother at all.
It's not about bother, dear. It's about good faith.
Well, you can trust I will never call on it, as it's really nothing. If you feel compelled to pay me back for whatever it is I've happened to do for you here, just know that yours and my ventures align. You'd be aiding me just as much as you're doing so yourself.
I do have to ask. What is it about serving as a shadow that is so pertaining to you? Why do you do it? Is it to receive repayment from your students in time? Or is it something else?
That's a difficult question. I like to say that I've always been an educator. I've always been one who's finds fulfillment in the upbringing and the enlightenment and the passing of knowledge to others. Did so for quite a number of years before I was embraced. Have continued to do so after. From time to time, served in a coterie. I've, well, really only served in 2 coteries actually. The rest is serving the court, maybe teaching a lesson to fledglings here and there, doing my day job, continuing to be an educator at QUT. I went and got my master's in IT, but I didn't really find the sort of fulfillment in actually building applications and servicing networks and the monotony of the actual work itself. So what am I going to do with that knowledge? Well, continue to educate myself and pass it along to others who might have a bigger drive than I do. Spent about 20 years in the field, but kept getting drawn back. Students is where my true passion lies. And I suppose that will be my nature forever.
I see. Well, I can't say I share such a passion.
Oh, you're a creative. Creatives must create.
But I can admire it. Hugo, my sire, he is a rather flighty gentleman. He's a creature of passion himself. And the way he has always operated has been very hands-off. He saw to it that I had the profession and the skills in order to prosper within this society, shall we say. And from it, he observed in the stands, in the audience. And that's how he's always been. He enjoys the show, enjoys to witness, to curate, to appreciate the drama. But he never mentored. Not truly. He told me the basics, and then sent me on the way, and the rest I learned from the courts of love. Sorry. Old world talk. The rest I learned from the court of Paris.
Imagine that must be very hard.
Oh, cutthroat. You never knew who would stab you in the back. The ones who stabbed you in the front were at least entertaining about it.
It was always a show in Paris. That much you remember. Never a dull moment. Even the acts of brutality and violence had a particular flair to them.
I did inevitably find a mentor amongst them. But he was one that was not quite, how do I say it? He wasn't in vogue. But all the same, I was thankful for him and his time. And in a lot of ways, I suppose my greatest regret is that I could not find any means to offer him any return or thanks for what he'd done. Not before leaving. I should specify he's not dead.
Well,
I just left.
wow. then
He's just making it dramatic for no reason.
then, perhaps, sharing your experiences here in Brisbane, if and when you do go back, will be thanks enough.
I should hope so.
Living your best life.
Well, as much as one could claim life. Nonetheless, Mr. Wellsworth, I still stand by it. You would do your just rewards. Because quite frankly, I'm not entirely sure how I would be navigating this without you and your support.
Oh, did the dice work?
Shall we?
Yes. He starts the car and gets it rolling.
Just talking to the car. Car talks.
Yeah. And I think it's with that. We're going to take a quick little break. Because I'm rocking in my chair and I need a fucking pee. And when we get back, we'll see the consequences of Ashton's feeding. We'll have that meeting with Duval. We'll see what Skye is up to. And Judge has a bit of a conversation to have with his sire. Don't go anywhere, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, to Brisbane by Night Hellfire. Just to very quickly recap, we had some conversations, we had some feeding. Someone had a certain run-in with a certain how should I say, Ventru. But I think the most interesting thing of all was where our dear Ashton finds himself. Ashton,
Yes.
you open your eyes to realize that you're not in your mausoleum anymore. At least as far as you can
No,
tell.
I am not. This is not good.
Instead, you wake in the ruins of a temple. A temple seemingly Roman, Greco-Roman in architecture. Hellenistic, that's the word. Hellenistic in architecture. The sky above you is a swirl of colors. Some you don't even recognize.
What in the world has gone on? Kind of like touches his face for a moment. He's like, I must be dreaming. I didn't think that could happen. I have them when I'm awake, but am I awake right now? I remember being very drowsy.
You're smart enough to know that no, you're probably not awake right now.
So I'm having a dream, which is even more unheard of.
That you are.
Now, how did this happen?
Now, isn't that a $1 million question? How did this happen?
Gonna look around, try to like find any semblance of anything. He's just like, He doesn't know what really to do in this situation. He's not used to waking up he's used to waking up in random places. He's not used to waking up in like different, for what he could tell, different fucking time periods. Like,
It's clear you're somewhere. Where you don't know. But there's a space all around you to explore.
explore he will. Running his hands over the stone as he walks.
And it feels like real stone. Like, it doesn't feel like unnatural in that sense.
I had a trip like this in '64. Fascinating. Against his better judgment, he's gonna kind of peer out into whatever space he finds himself in. He's like, hello? Am I alone in here? Hello?
You look around your surroundings and you see that you're on a floating island in the middle of a technicolor void.
I really need to look at where they source these bodies. What in the world? So much color. Beautiful. Strangely so. Reminds me of when television first began in color. How amazing that was. It's like they flipped a switch one day and boom. Everything was vibrant. Not quite so now, but part of this makes me giddy. I quite like what I see.
So, what do you do with what it is that you see?
Well, I mean, he's sort of entrapped by like just the idea of being on a floating island in the middle of technicolor nonsense. I mean, certainly reminds him of a trip, like a trip that one would have when you get a van and go around the world with your buddies. Like one does, in the '60s. Um, but I think he's just gonna just fucking trot around like a maniac, to be honest with you. I mean, looking for signs of any sort of life or signs of just any sort of just, I don't know, he doesn't know what to do. He's just like, he's in a new place. He wants to learn as much as he can about it. Take it all in.
Alright. Go ahead then, and make me A good old-fashioned... I'll make this a wits. I'll let you choose one of either occult or investigation, but I'm assuming I know which one you're going to go with.
Yeah, occult. I doubt any of my occult specialties apply here.
No.
Okay, I will rouse because blood. Look at that. We like blood and we like drugs. We like blood and we like
6.
drugs.
So as you peer over the side of this island, a pathway seems to form before you into the void. Like walkable. It seems to be made of stained glass, lined with pillars, very similar to the Greco-Roman style.
Oh, he loves the imagery of stained glass. He's gotta walk it against his better judgment. He's gonna go on the path. Follow the trail.
And as you do, you get glimpses of fantastical things. You get glimpses of dragons and unicorns and other very fantastical creatures, although your research in recent days has kind of brought all of that into question.
Yeah, hard to tell what's real and what's not anymore. You know, once Faye or sort of brought in anything can be real.
And you reach another island, another floating island in this Technicolor void. This one more forested, but with the same Greco-Roman styling.
As he crosses into this nonsensical forest, something his sire said sort of echoes in his head. Dream.
What is it that echoes in his head?
His sire had mentioned something in his short-winded explanation of what this ledger possessed. He mentioned something about dreams.
Ah, yes, the name of the book.
Yeah, he pauses mid-step. Just slowly brings his head up. Just like, oh no, they have me.
And you see a figure. Off in the distance.
He's walking towards it. He needs to know what the hell's going on. He wants to know. He needs it. He just needs it.
And Ashton, you get closer and closer and closer. And it takes you a moment for it to resolve into view, but you see a young girl? Question mark?
Do I recognize this young girl at all?
You do. It looks like the seneschal.
Oh, his stomach isn't supposed to be able to turn, but it definitely does.
Oh, it most certainly does. Although she appears to be paying you no mind.
What is she paying attention to instead?
Nothing in specific, she's just staring off into space.
Ashton turns away from her as if somehow this wouldn't make her able to hear him. He's like, okay. We gotta think here, right? You're in a dreamscape. You got a seneschal right there, like 10 feet away from you. Right, there's the other way right there. You could just walk away. But no. The tower would want that. The tower would want answers. The tower wants results. This is what the tower wants. This is what the tower wants. This is what the tower wants. Turns over. Seneschal!
As you get her attention, her head tilts in your direction.
Oh. Kind of makes himself look smaller.
And the voice that comes out of her mouth is soft, sweet, childish almost. Another dreamer. Hello.
Hi, can you... I mean, I think I have an idea, but can you tell me where I am right now?
Why, you're dreaming, of course.
Yes, but it is my understanding that I'm not supposed to be able to do that.
Not under normal circumstances, no.
And yet here I find myself with you. And this motions the forest.
Well. What's someone to do about that?
I mean, I really don't know. It's sort of my first time dreaming in a very, very long time. How are you here?
Those adequately disciplined are able to meditate their way to places such as these.
So, the things on the mountain, then they really are.
Oh yes.
do happen to live particularly close, so maybe I shouldn't exactly be surprised that whatever is happening is currently happening.
Almost certainly not. Surprise, in this particular case, doesn't make any sense. What do you have to be surprised about?
I suppose that is true. It is my first time here. Is there any sort of suggestion of things I should do while I'm here? Or is it just sort of a thing I have to feel out myself?
Well, I suppose that depends. What are you looking for?
I think the better question is what I'm not looking for. I'm looking for answers. I'm looking for, well, I want to know what's been happening with the disappearances. I want to know if they have any idea what's going on outside of their homes. And maybe they have some pointers for us and whatever the fuck is going on in our city right now.
I see. You're worried. I do not know why it is you fret.
Force of habit, I suppose. I always worry even about the small things. Just how I've always been. Although I wouldn't say that our city is something of a small thing. I would say it's quite big, but
Do you believe us in that deep a level of danger?
I mean, if what they're saying is true, we're surrounded on all sides, and I don't particularly know if what's on the mountain is an ally or an enemy, but I'm hoping, to be quite frank, that it's neither. I don't know if we're supposed to be messing with these sorts of things. I don't know if that was meant for our kind or not.
What is meant for us are the things that we reach out and grab ourselves.
Oh.
You fret. You fret far too much.
Well, I mean, until I'm given a reason otherwise, I think it's the right thing to do. I mean,
Oh, I
speaking of
understand.
speaking of things to do, if I keep walking on these paths made for me, how much longer will it take before I encounter one of them?
Oh, you're very unlikely to encounter them at this time.
No.
Does that disappoint you?
Kinda, yeah, but I don't know why. I think maybe I was expecting to see one of them. Although I guess if I want to see one, I'd have to go up there.
Well, I suppose in that I ask you a question. What do you hope to seek from them?
A different perspective.
Of course. Following the blind, leading the blind.
Look.
Mm.
I just figured out that these things were real. Do you expect me not to want to go finding out?
It is not that I fault your desire, simply that it is somewhat misguided. That's all.
May I ask why you started dreaming? What made you want to pursue such a thing?
I've done it forever.
No. Sorry for being a bit dense. Define forever for me. How long have you been coming here?
Since before you were but a wink in your mortal grandparent's eye.
That is quite a long time. If I were to learn how to do what you do and meditate instead of dream, what sort of things would I learn?
I couldn't say.
I guess the experience is different for everyone. I guess that's the whole thing about dreams, isn't it?
Quite so.
Just as like a question, like a pointed question. Was she at Elysium?
She wasn't.
Okay, well, I did not expect to be the one bringing this up, but where have you been?
Hmm.
Where have you been?
Where have I been?
Yes.
Around. And about.
No, but like specifically, with everything going on, I figured you would at least make an appearance.
Oh, I have. Just not in front of you.
Fair. I suppose that is indeed fair, but I don't know. I don't know what I expect. I just figured that things were gonna go awry. You would want to be part of the conversations, hands on, in the public.
Ah, but see, you think too small. And that I begrudge you not. You are but a child, after all. Even at your more advanced age than the rest of your coterie.
And I assume you can't tell me where you've been. That would probably defeat the whole purpose of you going missing.
No, I have not gone missing.
Well, okay. Where have you been?
And that I am not at liberty to discuss.
You can't fault me for trying, alright.
No, and that is exactly why I am not ripping your head off. And she gives you a
Well,
smile.
that would.
But you know for a fact that the smile is There's venom behind that smile. And it's not a kind smile.
No, no. Although social cues just go right over this guy's head, so he probably doesn't know.
No, no, it's so laced with venom that even you can pick it up.
He puts his hands up. He's like, well, I'm sorry if I offended.
No, you didn't offend. Again, if you did, you would not be living. Oh, existing.
I was about to say I'm sort of already not living, but I think that's sort of the whole condition of what we are, but
Semantics.
yes.
Boy, semantics.
Yes, I understand. Yes, yes. Alright, well. Sort of mulls everything over in his head. He's like, is there anything else I should be asking this woman while I'm here? Is there anything I should be doing while I'm here?
Alas, though, our time is up. It seems that someone calls to you.
I almost don't want to go back.
Unfortunately, they're not giving you much of a choice.
This place is rather beautiful. I'll have to try to come here again sometime. I can see why you would spend your time here.
Oh, you want to see a little bit. But that's not for now.
You'll have to show me around sometime.
Oh, but it's always different, and you might find your way a different way. For now, though, it's time for you to wake up. Wake up. Wake up. And you awake in your haven in the mausoleum. To someone in a suit slapping you across the face. Not super hard, but enough to kind of jostle you. God damn it, wake up!
His hand goes for his knife at the moment his eyes open.
And you see that the person's reflexes, as you go for a knife, they reach into their suit pocket and they draw a gun.
His eyes will lock with theirs. What in the world?
He's awake. Ah, wonderful. Are you able to stand, Mr. Sacks?
Yeah, who are you two?
Introductions can happen in a moment. I think the first thing you should do is get your carcass off the floor.
Which one? Points at himself, points at the corpse, points at...
The one that is capable of independent locomotion. Now get up.
Alright, yes ma'am. Stands up.
Good. Now that you are awake, greetings to you this evening, Mr. Ashton Sacks. I am Sophia. The one who woke you up is my child, Sam. Yeah, pleasure. Whatever.
Okay. Follow up. What are you doing in my home?
A graveyard is a graveyard, Mr. Sacks. But, if you must know, we come as emissaries from the clan of Death.
Hakata. What?
Clan of Death.
Yeah, okay. And what does the Clan of Death want with me?
The master, Geppetto, seeks an audience.
Have I heard of this name before?
Go ahead and roll me an intelligence politics.
It's not a terrible pool for me. It's not great, but it's not terrible either. I'll try it. 2.
Geppetto is a name that comes up in matters of the abyss from the perspective of spirits and the dead.
Oh.
He is the master of the Hecata here in the city.
Makes himself a little smaller as he recognizes the name. And, what would the master want with me? I'm just a Malkavian.
Now, it behooves you not to lie.
I mean, it's not a lie. I mean, I might have things that a normal one wouldn't have, but I'm just a crazy person. And, well, at least it's what seems what most people see me as.
We are aware, Mr. Sacks, that you are of the Yonko.
Well, yeah. Yeah, that would be correct.
The black in your aura simply says as much. You are abyss touched. As such, you know things. Things that are privy only to a select few amongst our kind. And as such, the Master wishes to speak with you. You may bring the rest of your group along should it so comfort you.
I don't necessarily think this is something they could help with. I mean, you want to meet with me. If I were to bring a bunch of people into your home, that might not exactly be the most polite.
Oh, it is expected.
It is expected.
You are welcome to do so, is what I mean.
Oh. Then perhaps I might. I don't know. I'll have to see how they feel about that.
Of course. It would only be the right thing to do.
Am I in any sort of trouble or?
No. Not to
Okay.
my knowledge, anyway.
Okay, good. Sorry, the whole like home invasion thing just really kind of triggered a part of my past, and I almost just we're not going to talk about that. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'll try to rally them up and see when is he wanting an audience with me. Is it tomorrow, the day after? Like, what's sort of the timeline here?
Couple of nights from now.
Couple
So
of
you have
nights.
time.
Oh. Well, yes, that does allow me to get a few things done before. Yeah, that should be fine. Not
Very
that I
well.
exactly, well, not that I exactly like keep a schedule or anything, but I think I can manage that.
Very well. Then, in 3 nights, you will come and see us. As a warning, if you do not come, we shall come and fetch you, and if you do not come quietly, then we shall drag you. I would hope that we are understood.
Yes, that is noted and being taken into consideration, yes.
Wonderful. Then, our business here is concluded. Come along, Sam. We have much to do before the sun rises. Yes. Later, dude. And they turn and leave.
He just like I was like, peace. Like holds up 2 fingers, just like has no idea how to fucking respond to this sort of situation. It's the mushrooms. That would have made it so much easier to deal with.
Now.
Yeah.
Skip from there.
Alrighty. That was a situation.
To somewhere else. Oh, Mr. Judge.
Mm-hmm.
You find yourself at the top, or in the penthouse of one of the taller buildings in the city, overlooking some of what the brightest lights of the river city. You're let into the apartment by a retainer, a butler of a kind, who greets you with a silent nod. The madam is simply in the pool. She wishes you head out and see her now.
Very well. And I would go out to the pool.
And you go out to the pool, and it's easy to spot her. It's the bright streaks of white, like super long white hair. That just so happened to cover this woman's modesty as she turns as you exit out onto the deck.
Enjoying this web.
Quite. Thank you for coming, Judge. And she climbs out of the pool. And Judge, you see her modesty is kept. You don't see anything, but she's also not wearing anything.
A beautiful image. This. Of course, anytime you call, I will answer.
And that warms my heart in ways that I don't think you would truly be able to understand. But I suppose I should not dawdle in why I called you here this evening.
I will always make time for us.
I shan't mince words. We are at the precipice of major change in this city. Change beyond our wildest dreams.
Things
Yeah.
are definitely getting louder.
All quiet. And this is just the beginning.
Let
I-
me get.
Go ahead.
After the meeting with the sheriff and such, it seems we are to conduct investigations on this outside. And as it turns out, we are in not such a good state all around with the city. The gangs are in an uproar. The anarchs aren't doing much better, it seems, either. And it seems like the Sabata are on a rampage, or just making a mess of things on the south side. Recently, we just executed one of them.
I see. I would say there would be pity from me.
I do not have enough information to judge either way, but from what I know, it seems they were quite terrible.
The Sabbat are anathema to us in specific. They
I
live
see.
to destroy. To destroy and butcher in ways far beyond what it is that you've seen in your short existence, my child. And such. As such, I do worry. I worry for you and yours in this time of crisis and war. But that is not necessarily why I called you here this evening. No, I wanted to see how you were doing in this new world.
The court dealings are new, so the bit of etiquette there is something to get used to. The ways to move through court are a bit of an adjustment that I need to get to. But it has not been terrible. As far as everything else, it has been going pretty well, I would say. Though there are some concerns when it comes down to dealing with enemies. I will need to take a bit of time to study some of these aspects.
I see. I did so wonder how you might handle the trappings of courtly life. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Certainly not. And I think you were certainly tackling things with aplomb. However, I can also understand the somewhat of a rough time you're having. Note, though, my child, do not weep for those of the Sabbat.
Understood.
I
After
know.
all,
Go ahead.
understood. After all the things we do in our life and our life will come back to us eventually.
Most certainly, but for them there is something beyond. They, my child, have consigned themselves to the existence of animals.
Thing that is truly ashamed in.
It is simply as it is for them, which is why I say begrudge them not their demise. And whilst I know you cherish life in all of its forms, begrudge them not putting them into the ground. For they would do the exact same to you with nary a thought. They would not blink, not hesitate to put you in the ground, to turn you to mulch.
Then in that regard, I will do this, for they are not to stop the plans that I have. The plans that we have. I'd rather get rid of the enemy than propagate their misdoings, in all honesty. As much as it pains me to say.
I know. But you understand. And that, my dear, is the most important thing of all. That you understand that even in our condition, you offer compassion to those willing to receive it. But they They are beasts who care not.
Those that are most craven must be put down.
And rightfully so. I am
Easy.
glad you understand.
There is one thing that I do want to get off my chest, I suppose you would say.
Of course. Speak, and I shall listen.
I am still having a bit of a problem getting used to not hearing the messengers anymore. It actually quite concerns me that those of God have left of their own accord. For me, that does not bode well for this life, nor this world's future in that regard.
Your messengers going silent, especially if they are of his ilk, surprises me not. I understand it might be concerning, but you must understand that the world that we live in now this twisted construct of ash and fire is something that he who was in charge and his emissaries left a while ago. And that what you have heard over your years is simply the echoes of what remains. Echoes that have gotten ever quieter. And you know that she doesn't say this with the tone that she speaks with, the tone that she's saying this with isn't, it's not clearly not designed to like get a rise out of you or anything of the sort. She feels like, and you know, because you've spoken about this with her, that in her life she herself was a God-fearing woman. It's simply that he's left. They left.
In that sense, I guess, even though they have left, they have given us ways to carry on in that sense. Ways to adapt in one regard or the other.
Certainly they have.
Even now, even though the form has changed, I still can carry out my duties in one sense or the other. So it is not all doom and gloom. As Judge taps his cane, having Mr. Sacks around constantly is a fresh reminder of faith still being in play, even if they aren't around.
And that is your
So it
strongest
is-
weapon.
Mm.
Your faith.
He gives me much to contemplate about.
I see.
I think being a part of this coterie is a good thing, Theo. There are many interesting individuals that I believe will help the situation in this city.
What resolves in my mind's eye is that we watch and wait for where the next thing comes, but we know full well that you are doing the work that will change this city and perhaps even the world. More than you could ever possibly imagine.
It is hard to see that far ahead, but I believe in your words.
Oh, of course, it's not the easiest thing to see, far from it. But you must hold hope that this is what the case is. I certainly do.
Hope is the greatest weapon, from what I have seen.
That it is. The most powerful of things, in fact.
Just kind of takes a moment to look at the night sky, just thinking about the future. So much to fucking do.
Ah, yes, there is certainly no rest for us wicked souls.
With that being said, I think I should take tomorrow night to go and see how Justin is doing. I have not heard from him in quite some time.
You should watch over your friend. Well, there is certainly the
He,
chance he is not quite where he should be.
he was never the one to be hopeful with our dealings.
Mm. I see.
And I think that might have soured his mood.
Well, for your sake, let us hope not.
I foresee bad things if it has. Thinking
I would
back
assume.
on the fucking.
I would assume those things would certainly not be pleasant.
Yeah, considering he was a very strange man with technology. No, no, it would not be.
Yes. Those dooming themselves with their own twisted technological progress. A noose of
Yeah,
blood and violence.
Judge kind of thinks back to a time where he accidentally blew up part of his fucking facility working on stupid shit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you certainly know. Oh, you certainly know.
Uh, Judge has a look of regret. He's not looking forward to it.
No, but then why would you?
Kind of thinking about it, Judge would kind of not necessarily nervously glance around, but kind of observe the scene. Uh, just in case, I'm gonna use Sensei Unseen. I don't. I'm after the fucking Primogen. After the fucking Primogen incident, I don't want to take any fucking chances.
That is certainly understandable. You can go ahead and make me a wits all specs, please.
Because I'm just like, that person was standing there the entire time. This was not good. Let's see, what's aspects? Can I rouse for this?
Yes, you may.
Okay. I don't get hungry here. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you don't get hungry. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Hell yeah. Okay. Oh damn.
5 successes. Spicy.
Like fuck.
Judge, you don't get anything from directly around, like, you're not seeing anything out of the ordinary around you. The city has a certain aura about it. that you pick up on. But there is your sire.
Oh,
And the aura she gives off, the color. Normally it'd be Scry the Soul for this, but given you got 5 successes and had certain things with her, this will make sense in a moment as to why this is like this. You can feel it. It's this. It's like a cold warmth. Her aura is white. Pure white, like driven snow, as if she is, despite her curse, so irrevocably pure.
if this man could blush, he would fucking blush right now, right?
Well, you can. If you want to blush your life, you can indeed blush.
I'm not serious. Yeah.
So that's up to you if you wanna.
Nah, this man's hiding his blushing feelings. All right.
Is that all that worries you so this night, my child?
Other than everything in the city, that is about it. There is the knowledge of the Fae being on Mount Kutha, but it does not seem like they are causing problems in the city.
The fair folk. I
Yeah.
know of them. Not of the ones here, but of them. They are... They have their rules. If you follow their rules, you will be okay. If you do not, that's when things get concerning.
I know at one point earlier tonight we were debating on if Mr. Sacks or someone would want to go and talk to them up on the mountain. Potentially knowing those rules might save them from going up and not coming back down.
The fair folk abhor violence and seek to fight off a force they call banality. If you approach them earnestly and with wonder in your heart, they should have no problem with you. At least that is as far as I understand it.
might be a problem for some.
Oh, most certainly. I get the very distinct feeling that more than one person is going to have issues with such things.
Yes, I will keep that in mind and tell Mr. Sacks to be on his best behavior if we do go and talk to them.
That is certainly for the best. I would hate to hear that something had happened to either you or your newfound acquaintances.
They seem like they're made of decent stuff. Only
Oh,
time
I'm
will
sure.
tell.
Oh, I'm sure. But I think it's best that you don't put too much stock in that. You have no idea how that could end. And the last thing you want it to end is poorly.
Very true. But I don't want to waste much of your night.
For
If
you, it is an
you,
talk.
if there's anything you need of me, do let me know.
I shall take it under advisement.
Judge Lots.
You have a wonderful rest of your evening, my child. And I hope what greets you come tomorrow is a good thing. And she'll give you a smile as you leave. And to think...
Judge
Oh, go ahead.
leaves happy at this.
I certainly bet he does. And I think that is where we're going to end the session for the evening. Because Spectre has run out of steam and we're missing a CJ.
Yeah. Unfortunately, power outages happen.
That they do.
I'm so sad. The Spectre has fainted.
I still have not met my desire for the sessions.
I get it.
Coffee.
Finally.
I
For
know.
once.
I'll actually let you. I'll actually let you mark that off by virtue of the fact that you did actually speak to him.
I spoke to him, but I think my desire is specifically worded. Well, no, yeah, it's worded as speak with Duval. Okay.
You did speak with him, so I will say that yes, you did meet that desire. You spoke with him today.
Hey.
I don't think I meant mine.
I know I didn't mean mine.
No, you didn't. You wouldn't have met yours this session.
Unless we want to talk
Velocity, although you will come next session.
bullshit. That's what my desire is just oblivion bullshit.
There will be much Oblivion bullshit.
I hope
Just
so.
next session.
Yay.
He got scouted by the Hekata.
Dude, I was wondering if that counted because they were all about like possess our gifts, and I was like, motherfucker, what? Just like...
I thought I was about to go down in your place, bruh.
I did too. I was fucking dude. Fucking was like, what?
Dream
How dare you like
conversation with the
those?
seneschal? How dare you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How dare.
You just
How
have no
dare.
idea. But listen, this is lack of social cues just fucking hit him hard in that conversation. He's like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing.
But you survived, which is the important part.
I did. I met the seneschal.
You did.
I might have to try meditating. That's gonna be a fun thing. Learning
Why
meditation.
the fuck is she dreaming? Why the fuck are vampires dreamers? Jim running around in the fucking dreamland. They don't dream. You kidding?
She's
They
probably a
don't- they
dreamer
can't fucking-
before
They,
she.
they
Probably a
do
dreamer before she returned.
they do if they drink blood spiked with glamour.
Oh shit!
Who spiked my shit with glamour?
The seneschal, duh.
No,
The seneschal?
no, not necessarily.
Someone spiked my fucking tap with glamour.
Well, apparently the seneschal's been sipping that good for a while now.
That's one way, but she said that she meditated.
I have to fucking meditate. I'm gonna have to fucking make my character learn how to do that shit. 'Cause he's never gonna want to leave the fucking trip. He saw that place. He's like, this place is fucking great. It's like,
This man has a new goal. Get high.
get high,
Right.
man. Just like in the '60s, this is there, and he's like, man,
But you're
I'm
gonna
just
have
on
to be
mushrooms."
careful, or otherwise you're gonna be,
You might develop an addiction flaw. Ayo.
Yep.
That would be kind of funny. I already have a knowledge-hungry depth flaw, so I mean, it's fine.
But let's go ahead and get the thing up,
Oh, it's already up.
Alright.
and let's do some experience. Everyone gets 2 for showing up, and if you met your desire, you get 2 more.
I did not. That's fine. Fuck. Sad.
Big Sag.
Big sad indeed.
Then we have our 3 categories that we vote on, and the MVP award. Who had... Let's start with plot pusher. Who pushed the plot today? A plot. Doesn't have to be necessarily be the plot. It could be a personal plot. It could be something else.
I'm gonna give that to Ashton on this one.
For
Pushed
him,
the fairy plot. Fairies, man.
for him tripping balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Getting
tripped
us-
the ball so hard I tripped into the plot, yeah.
I'm gonna give it to Judge.
One
Personal
vote
plot there
Ashton.
with fire.
1 vote Ashton, 1 vote Judge.
I'm gonna say Valentina. Interacting with Salvatore and Samson.
But I didn't plan that.
No, but you interacted with them. There's a plot. There's a plot
There's so
developing.
many. There's so many interesting plots going on.
There are.
Mm-hmm.
God. But I love my sire, so I have to give it to my love sire. Yep, love for sire.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna vote for Judge. I'm gonna vote for Judge, yeah.
Oh no.
Ashton, you're the audience favorite.
Oh, yeah.
All of one vote. Thanks, guys.
Goddamn.
Is that 1 or 2 XP, Gavin?
Audience is 2.
Total experience 69.
Nice.
Nice.
Wow.
So wait, who got best scene?
Judge.
We're
Uh,
still
yeah.
on
Plot Pusher was
Yes, on
judge.
yeah. Who's best scene?
I'm gonna put my hat in the ring about Clayton being a little vulnerable with Valentina.
I did
That
quite
was
like that.
I did enjoy that. It was an interesting perspective on Clayton.
Mm.
And then he's like, I'm sorry. And she's like, I literally don't know how to respond to that. So we're just going to say, buck up, Buttercup. We're going to do better.
Yeah, just all right, buddy. That
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give it
I
to Clayton.
think Clayton. Yeah. I feel like
Clayton.
Valentina's position on that is very much like she's realizing she needs to help protect Clayton's dignitas, and that's one of the best ways that she can help him.
I'll give it to Clayton.
most certainly.
Take it.
It's
Yeah.
yours.
Oh my god.
Clayton.
Is that 2?
Yep. Now we have best line. You got the best line of tonight.
I'm voting Valentina. I'd like to know I'm involved, especially if it involves me.
Thank you.
That or the fucking Irish joke. Oh my god.
That too. Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah,
that
was
one
funny.
for Valentina.
That fucking killed me.
Yeah, that got me too. That really did. That was very fucking funny.
She's very quippy.
Yay.
Spectre being our little gremlin.
I'll give it to Spectre. I'll give it to Valentina as well.
Yay.
Valentina. That means that's yours. And that's 2. And my MVP for this session. My MVP is gonna go to Valentina, I think. You kind of went through the ringer tonight.
Got my ass beat by a whole bunch of fucking dominate powers, one after another after another. I'm looking at it like, no!
No, your poor brain.
I did this to myself, but no!
I got put in the vortex, you know.
Are we gonna have a brain soup?
Smells like rainbows and is colored like one's bum.
Oh my god. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I got so many so many failed rolls.
It was a bit of a rough one tonight, I will say. But hey, sometimes that just be how it be.
Truth.
Yeah.
But know that I, as your ST, believe in you.
Thank you.
However, that will be all from us in the River City for this evening.
Mm-hmm.
Catch us again next week, where more will happen.
And don't forget to catch the VODs on YouTube, as
Yay!
episode 4 will be going out tomorrow. Today's episode 5 will be going out next week. And so be on the lookout for that and more Vampire the Masquerade here on CoffeeCat Presents.
Yeah,
starting
don't you
San
have San
Antonio-
Antonio?
Yep, San Antonio by Night Blood Gambit starts on Wednesday. So be on the
Ooh.
lookout for that, y'all. But let's call it a night, you guys. So in that regard, say goodnight, everybody.
Not.
Good night.